Okay, so today is the day of the school trip. We already have our documentation ready. We have sent off the risk assessment to the school. We sent the parental letter home for the children to get the parents to sign, and we're just going to set off, walk into the tube station now to South Kensington. Each parent's been given the schedule for the day, which starts at 8:30, finishes at 3:10. We'll be having time for 2 activities in the museum, time for lunch, and also some free time to visit the gift shop. Okay everyone, line up, we've arrived here at the V&A. So we're here, the Spanish and the Religious Studies Department, for a joint school trip. We're here with a group of 40 students of year 10. We have 3 teachers with us, 1 teaching assistant and 1 parent. So as you can see, we have Miss and Sir counting the pupils now to check all 40 are here. We can see a first aid kit there in case of any problems, maps, a risk assessment which we need to hand into the museum, and also wristbands like these ones, so each child can be identified. It has the school number and name on as well. So now Sir and Miss are just going to explain the expectations to the kids, which are that they're representing the school today, so we need best behaviour. Be aware of other people and respectful, also to the artefacts, they're very old. We already know the first task, so we'll have 1 hour to do that before meeting at meeting point 1. Off we go!
The trip and activities base themselves on the aims of the national curriculum to foster pupils' curiosity and deepen their understanding of the world, as well as for pupils to express their ideas and thoughts in another language. Our aims correlate with those of the national curriculum, as we aim for pupils to understand and respond to spoken and written language from a variety of authentic sources, speak with increasing confidence, fluency, and spontaneity, and find ways of communicating what they want to say. Students will use information gathered through activities in the museum for further presentation back at the school. They will also use the skills, practices, and vocabulary and grammatical structure for future work on a cultural project about historical or archaeological sites across the Spanish-speaking world. We are a group of 40 year 10 students, 2 teachers, 1 teacher assistant, and 1 parent. This is sufficient to provide effective supervision according to the museum guideline. A ratio of 1 to 10 would also be appropriate for transport arrangement.
Ready year 10? We're ready for your first mission, which is to get into groups of 3 and find 6 religious symbols in the Great Portico de la Gloria, and to discuss the possible meanings of these symbols. For example, the 2 arches we have here can signify heaven and hell. Now the follow-up homework will be to research the real meaning using the internet and books, and you need to be able to describe and discuss this in Spanish to present to the rest of the class. A note to the teachers. There will be differentiated tasks here. For low ability students, they'll be provided with religious symbols to find in English. Then they'll have a match-up activity with symbols and meanings given. That'll be followed by a gap-fill activity using a short text describing the artefact. And the homework task will be to think of 3 sentences in the target language, expressing their opinion about the artefact and why. For higher ability students, they'll also have keywords and phrases to express opinion. However, the language will be more complex.
We previously booked a slot in the V&A lunchroom for the maximum of 30 minutes. 30 people brought their own lunches and drink from home. No fizzy or energetic drinks were allowed. There are 10 pupil premium students who will have their lunches provided by the school.
The trip and activities base themselves on the aims of the national curriculum to foster pupils' curiosity and deepen their understanding of the world.
Year 5, this is your second activity for this afternoon. You need to find 5 more Spanish or Latin American artifacts in the museum and use the information given to mark their region of origin on the world map provided. Note to the teachers. The lower ability will have cities already stated on the map provided, and for the higher ability, a plain map and the students work out location based on what has been seen previously in class. Back at the school, students will be shown a map and they must check answers.
Reflections on the process. It was our first time working together as a 3. The dynamic worked really well and we structured the process to allow planning and critical reflection. We met following the briefing to discuss initial ideas and plan our schedule for the following day at the museum. At the museum, we delegated responsibilities equally, for example, all taking turns to film and appear in the videos and pictures. It was an enjoyable experience working together, and each member of the team felt comfortable to express their suggestions and give constructive criticism. After the museum visit, we went to a coffee shop to view the material we'd collected, discuss and write up the details of the visit. We met after the day of the museum visit to put the material together for final presentation.
What went well? Each member of the team contributed to the project, bringing their own skills and viewpoints. We continually revised our ideas as we became familiar with the museum in order to effectively use its resources for our purposes. The atmosphere within the group was supportive, creative, and fun.
Even better if consider the technical use of equipment, filming in landscape rather than portrait to avoid black spaces, and be more assertive in selection process of ideas to employ.